Hello, my name is Ryan. I'm a rising senior at Staten Island Tech. Today I built the ultrasonic radar sensor, which works as a parking device by sensing how far away objects are using ultrasonic radar, and then makes a beeping noise depending on how close or far away they are. I learned a lot from this project, especially about troubleshooting my projects, because when I finished putting everything together it didn't work and I had to go over everything to see what went wrong. I had to check all the chips to make sure the chips were in the right sockets, and then I realized my actual mistake was not soldering all of the sockets for one of the microprocessing chips, which then made the device not work. So although it was very frustrating to not know what was going on, it did help me get a better handle on how everything worked and what my problems were. Here we have the ultrasonic radar sensor. As you can see, it comes in two parts and it's connected by cable wires. So the way it works is that on this side we have the speaker, which is a piezo, which creates and amplifies the sound, and over here we have the two radar sensors. In order for it to work, both radar sensors have to detect sound, so they send out a signal, and then depending on how quickly the signal gets back, they can tell how far away it is. Here we have a Caltron, which is a quartz crystal, and that oscillates waves in order to count time as a way to measure how far away it is. As you can see, there's a lot of microprocessing chips here that control a lot of the different wires and what they actually do. We have a lot of diodes on this side, not any on this side, and all the diodes are directional, which means that the current can only flow one way through them. So that's very important to pay attention and make sure that you don't have them in the wrong direction. So here we have electrolytic capacitors and also bypass capacitors. The bypass capacitors, they basically both do the same thing, just a different way that they store electrons. The electrolytic capacitors, they use a fluid to hold the excess electrons. Over here we also have a regulator, which regulates how many electrons pass through it to make sure that it's not too many or not too little. And then if it's too many, the electrolytic capacitors pick up some of the extra electrons, and if it's too little, then the electrolytic capacitors give some electrons into the current. So here's the device working. As you can see, when there's an object in front of the two radar sensors, that's when it gives the signal to make a sound. And you could change how high you want it to sound, how far away, basically how sensitive the radars are by turning it backwards and forwards to make it either more higher up that it won't make a signal, or lower that it'll make a signal. And so basically it sends out a wave, and then depending on how fast the wave gets back, it knows how far away the object is.